Alright, this is a video to try to show how my suspension works on this thing. Hopefully it's light enough out. Kind of cloudy today, but hopefully it'll show well enough. Basically we'll start here at the front. Here you can see where the steering shaft actually comes down from the steering wheel, and it goes through a little transfer gearbox here, then sends it down to a slip joint out of my original rear drive shaft that I just welded the steering shaft pieces on there to then hook up the joints to. So as you can see, I got links here, the lower links, two of those obviously, and then I have one triangulated upper link. That's what keeps the what I call the subframe position underneath here. Basically these links allow it to go up and down, and then the center one keeps the whole thing from moving side to side, and then allows it to pivot this way. So then that whole assembly is supported by back here. You can see there's two struts out of a 4Runner or pickup, later model ones don't have the torsion bars on them. So that's how that part's supported. And then there's a sway bar here. It runs underneath the frame there, and these arms then connect down with some tie rods to that subframe. That keeps, because of where I ended up mounting the springs and stuff on the inside, they're pretty close together, so it doesn't provide much roll stiffness in just the springs. So that's why I had to put these torsion bars on there. Now, because the arms are so long on the torsion bars, it still flexes good. It allows if these were shorter, it would put a lot more twist on the bar and wouldn't allow it to flex. But since they're so long, it's stiff enough that it keeps the roll to an acceptable level for me and still allows it to flex good off-road. So then the independent part, this portion of the subframe is from the factory frame. I chopped it off. This used to go just straight across here, so I actually notched that out and built that notch in there, and then used the lower with the part I cut out, which is here. I kept that and just built everything up above it. So here's some more struts from a 4Runner or pickup truck, but the way geometry is on everything, I had to add some extra springs on the inside here from some load leveler shocks to provide enough stiffness basically to lift it up. And then I don't know if you can see, I got some little spacers here basically to level it out. The other side doesn't have those. So and then the upper control arms, I've fabricated those. They're probably way beefier than they need to be, but sometimes it's better to be too strong than not strong enough. So, and then as you can see, there's yet another sway bar that joins to the upper arm and goes across. This is just gas pipe I welded some solid bar into. So far I mean, it works. It's held up. It hasn't fatigued or cracked or anything. I mean, it's not spring steel, but for this application, I guess the amount of twist isn't enough really to fatigue it. Like if it twisted more, yeah, eventually it would fail because it's not spring steel. But so far, it's held up pretty well. And if it were to fail, it's not a critical component, and I can always make another one. So maybe find some actual spring steel, a torsion bar. 'Cause what these are, the sway bars are actually torsion bars out of a I think Ford Explorer, I believe, is what I took them off of. I can't remember. And then I just basically made these ends. I had to cut off the original ends and just heated them up real good with my torch, and then just welded the shit out of them. And so far they've held up real well. So that keeps the springiness in the bar, and then allowed that to bond good to it. So I haven't had it crack out or anything like that yet. So while I'm here, if you're wondering, this is my heater hoses or heater lines going to the heater core in the front. And this is for my this one here is for the brake booster. Since vacuum from the motor up to the booster, which is actually located in the dash.